Hello, welcome back. This is the Motherhood Empowerment Channel, True Empowerment in Motherhood. I am Bianca. I am your host and your Motherhood Empowerment Coach. And today I'd like to talk about annoying helicopter parents on the playground. And if that's you, this isn't a personal attack, but it is something to say that what you're doing is highly annoying. Okay, so there's this thing in modern society, I don't know why, where parents are super concerned with everything that their kid is doing at all times. Micromanager, right? There's this thing on the playground where, tell me if you've experienced this, right? Like, you'll be at the playground, your kids will be playing and stuff, and then there'll be parents that are on the play structures with their kids, like that are not allowing them to take the next step on the ladder by themselves. They're not allowing them to go down the slide by themselves. I'm sorry, this is so highly annoying to me because it's so clear to me how much my children learn by trial and error and by me backing the F up. It's not all about me, It's they have their own life to live too. Close supervision, natural consequences, logical consequences. This is how people learn, okay? And I'm just noticing that parents these days, they tend to be super overbearing, and to such a point that the kids sometimes have trouble navigating the play structures because there's too many effing adults clogging it up. And I'm getting sick and damn tired of it. Actually, I've had this experience where I went to the park. This is funny. I'm sorry. So I went to the park and I had my son there, just my son, my little 20-month-old. He was 20 months old. It was a month ago, I think. And it was a nice day. So we were oh, this is awesome. There was a mom there struggling. It was packed, by the way. There was a mom there struggling. She had 3 kids, 2 really young ones, and then 1 a little bit older. She was trying to communicate with her mother, who was there at the park with her as well, that she needs to get 1 baby in the car first and then she'll come back for the next. But the grandma was running off the other way with the older kids on her own agenda. And the mom's all stressed out. I'm hey, I could keep an eye on one of your kids here. I know you don't know me, but I'm right here. I got my own kid here. I could keep an eye on her, while I watch my kid, and you can go take 1 baby to the car. I know how it is. It's mostly inconvenient when you're out in public with the kids. So why not? If I'm just going to stand there and just watch you struggle, what use am I? I'm not doing anything. I'm eating an apple. I can keep an eye on her. So she says, okay. And I'm watching her kid while my son is I think 15 feet away. And he is going up the stairs, down the slide, back to the stairs, up and down, right? So I'm keeping an eye on him while I'm standing next to this little girl who's not moving very much. She's just I don't know, she's trying to drag a scooter or something. And this lady is looking around. She's over at the slide, holding her child's hand, the same age as my son, it appears, possibly older because my son's huge. She's holding the kid's hand up the stairs all the way, down the slide all the way, back around all the way. And I'm okay, I have to live in the same world as these people. What am I going to do? Tell her to stop? She's looking around though now. Now she's looking around and she's whose kid is this? And I'm that's my kid. I've been watching the whole time. I'm right here. Hi. And she just looks annoyed and I'm whatever, dude. If you're annoyed because kids are being kids, it's not my problem. I can see him. He didn't hit anybody. And that'd be the only problem. If he's going slow, he's going slow. Learn some patience. If he's taken a long time, that's, literally what the issue is. Because I was watching him and he didn't put his hands on anyone. And so, we carry on, right? And then, the lady comes back for her other child and she says, thanks, whatever. I'm cool, no problem. And, this lady goes, you're not watching your kid. And I'm I'm standing right here. I am watching my kid. She goes, no, you're not watching him. And I'm I am watching him. And now I'm watching you making a fool of yourself. The issue was that my son was going slow up the stairs. He was going slow. He was climbing the stairs slow. He was looking around, observing. That's him. That's his personality. Deal with it. It's a public playground. Okay? How do you think kids learn how to be considerate of others? How do you think they learn? And is it worth it for him to learn that lesson and for the other children to learn patience? Is it worth it? No. We've got to be an assembly line, a factory assembly line. Go, 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 go. Don't push. Don't do that. Don't look at him this way. You're going too slow. You go over here. Blah, blah. No. Calm the hell down. He was going slow. And then he was standing at the bottom of the slide, not on the slide, but just at the bottom of the slide, like observing people. And her kid was going down the slide. She's like, oh my gosh, oh. Like, if a little girl goes down the slide and my little boy gets tapped with her feet because he's standing at the bottom of the slide, you know what that's called? That's called natural consequences. And you know how much that hurts? 0%. I mean, I think she weighed 15 pounds, okay? My son weighs like 35 pounds. Point being, get your ass off the playground. Okay? Let's let our kids learn. Let's let our kids be the wild children that they're supposed to be. There is a certain wisdom and a certain beauty in allowing kids to be who they are and what they are in every phase of development. The less wild that you allow them to be, the more hindered they are in their development and the more warped they become in adulthood. Like, God knew what God was doing when God created the phases of development. Okay, and if you let it happen naturally and you observe and you stop trying to control everything and constrict everything, you'll be able to witness that. I understand it's a little more inconvenient to let your kids be wild, but guess what? They'll benefit all the more for it, and you will too in the long run. We have got to stop suffocating our kids and micromanaging them. It turns them into little stressed out, anxious, disempowered, approval hungry adults. That's what it turns them into in the end. They need to learn problem solving. They need to learn conflict resolution. They need to learn patience. They need to learn the dynamics and interactions and groups and between other kids. They need to learn what it feels like to get your hand stepped on the thing so that they can learn where to put their hands strategically to not get them stepped on. And so that they can help younger kids when they get a little bit older. If you save them from everything, what do they learn? A big fat nothing. So please, get off the playground. They will be okay. If they fall on their butt, they'll be okay. If they get their hand stepped on, they'll be okay. If they get pushed, they'll be okay. Like, I always intervene if one of my children's putting hands on another child. And the only time it's okay is when it's in defense, right? Or protecting somebody else. But a certain amount of error is normal. They're kids. Like, that's the whole thing, right? Is they're children. They're learning every single thing they do. There's so much trial and error. Please let them do it. Everyone will benefit so much more for it. That's my plea to helicopter parents. That's my plea. Please, please back up a little bit. And you can also be less stressed out. When you can back up and you don't have to worry as much and stress out and just know, like, yeah, sometimes shit's gonna happen. Yeah, and it just happens. And you'll see also that, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times out of 6, the thing that you're stressed out about happening doesn't actually happen. So you can calm down. And then once your, kids start showing you that they're a lot more capable than you thought, you're gonna be like, wow, mind blown. And you're gonna have a lot less stressful life too. I promise you that much. So let me know your experiences with helicopter parents, or if you are a helicopter parent that micromanages and takes up all the room on the playground, please let me know in the comments. Let's have a conversation about it. I make a lot of jokes and stuff because I think it's hilarious, but truly, like, I don't mind having a conversation about it. I'm sure other people have a lot of hilarious comments about how I parent too. And it's all objective, right? So let me know how you feel about helicopter parenting down below. And I will look forward to the comments next time, guys. Bye.